Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today, I am here joined with that one guy. This guy's a stud, pun intended, I guess. Anyway, he's a beast. You can see here 240,000 cards won. He's on a streak right now, and it's still going, by the way. I wanted to kind of hold off, but I wanted to share with you guys at the same time 38 grand challenges in a row. 38 12 wins in a row. So today I'm going to share his best tips for challenges in general for you guys, whether they're special event challenges, grand challenges, classic challenges. We're going to talk about it all. We're also going to talk about this deck that he used. It's the classic 2.9 Xbow cycle deck. He's so good at it. You might know him actually from Booferetti's YouTube channel. Shout out to Booferetti. Go follow him if you want to see more Siege gameplay. But he's a stud. He's a stud. And today, we're going to get into his tips. So let's just hop right into it. We will also cover a couple really difficult matchups and how to consistently beat them using this Xbow deck, which he says is the best and most consistent Grand Challenge deck in the game right now. So the number one tip is play every match like it's your first match in the GC. Now that sounds kind of, cookie cutter, like, okay, what does that mean? It means try to have a fresh mind, try to be in the zone, and try to make sure that you're paying attention. That sounds super obvious, but you know what? Sometimes, especially even me, I'll be doing things and, I'll be in the middle of a grand challenge and something gets my attention or whatever, like the wife wants something, I don't know, and then next thing you know, I made a misplay. Make sure you're in a quiet, kind of secluded area, if at all possible, and clear your mind and just focus on the game, not on that phone call you have to have in a half an hour or that test you have tomorrow. Clear mind and play every match like it's your first. Number two, and this is a big one, and this is one that I'm going to start using starting now, right? And it's that one guy mutes all his opponents 100% of the time at the very beginning of the match. He'll give him a good luck and a good game. He'll sometimes react to the match as it goes on, but he'll never, ever, ever go through a match without muting his opponent. Now, why does he do that? It's not that he necessarily rages so badly that he's going to throw the phone every time that he loses. He mutes every time because whether you know it or not, even if you're cool, calm, and collected, you're a Vulcan, you're Spock, you have no emotion, it can still get to you. If you make a clear mistake, you make a mistake, everybody makes mistakes. Pros make mistakes. That one guy makes mistakes, right? Even if you make a mistake and your opponent starts, railing you for it, starts getting on your case, starts giving you the oops, well played, laughy face, cry face, whether you know it or not, it takes a huge level of self-discipline not to play a little bit more aggressive or do things that you normally wouldn't do. So because of that, not so much the annoying factor, it's the factor that it can hurt your game, getting BM'd, getting trolled. So always mute your opponent in challenge matches. There's money on the line here, so don't be afraid to mute. Number three is take full advantage of overtime in these matches. These are 6-minute matches, and that's how you should look at them. Not 3-minute matches, not 4-minute matches like on ladder. 6-minute matches. Don't be afraid to use all 4 minutes of double elixir time. Remember, there's only 2 minutes of regular elixir and there's 4 minutes of double elixir. So use the entire plethora of time at your disposal to have success. I'm gonna give you tips number, I don't know. This is a tough matchup. So let's do this one, then we'll give the final 2 tips after this replay. So we're going against the Golem Double Prince deck that's everywhere right now. And you can see that one guy is playing an Xbow deck. So naturally, this would be a hard counter to that deck if we've ever seen one. So you'll notice right off the bat here, first of all, you'll notice how well that one guy defends. This guy is an elite defender, especially with this deck. Look at this right here, by the way. Baby Dragon and a Prince. Gonna put the skeletons down. A lot of people, myself included, probably would have used a Tesla there, but he's able to do it saving 3 extra elixir. Takes a couple breaths by that dragon, a baby dragon on the right tower, but now he has plenty of elixir to use the Xbow in the left lane, knowing the opponent doesn't have a lot of elixir left, certainly not enough to play the giant. So the Xbow did get a lot of damage there on that left tower, and this is a deck where you can win in one lock. So you'll notice that Tesla placement too, guys. Even if you're not an Xbow user, you might want to give this deck a try. It's really, really solid. And you can see we got the fireball value there doing more damage to that left tower. Let's speed it up just a moment here. And you'll notice how that one guy uses his Tesla a little bit spread out to the side from the Xbow. And that's all for kiting. You can kite units from the opposite lane using just skeletons or ice golem into the range of that Tesla without having the Tesla necessarily hug that Xbow. So here it comes. The golem is played in the back, and that's the big mistake that we were waiting for. Again, this one actually finished pretty quickly. Even with the zap to retarget, we took it down to 341 damage. We're just going to use the archers on the left. We have a beautiful defensive setup here. We have the archers to the left. We're going to keep cycling. We have one Tesla already down right in the center of the arena, able to cycle to another Tesla, and then more archers. This deck cycles so quickly, and you can see just perfect defense here by that one guy. Again, using log, pushing that prince back to the Tesla, and now at this point, we don't even need the Xbow lock. We can just fireball, and this one will be over. So the other two tips, because the next matchup is even more difficult, and I want to cover that one too. So the other two tips for you guys is regarding, let's see, draws are fine. Play for a draw if you have to. That one guy has had many draws. He's had win streaks of over 50 matches in a row. 50, not 15, 50 matches in a row. What a beast, right? And he said he often plays for draws. He'll take a lot of draws. If you can't break through your opponent's defenses in 6 minutes, take the draw. Just make sure they don't break through yours. And the last tip is regarding Xbow, and really with most archetypes, don't be afraid to get aggressive when your opponent is low on elixir. This is a pro tip that really applies to any deck in any situation, or at least most decks. Maybe not any deck. You're not going to punish with a golem at the bridge, but you know what? The same principle still applies. You want to make sure at all times you are prepared for your opponent being low on elixir, prepared to punish them without hesitation. Because if you hesitate, they have more time to gain elixir and come up with a way to defend. Hopefully, or not hopefully for them and not hopefully for you, also picking up a positive elixir advantage on you. You don't want that to happen. You don't want to give them that good trade. You got to know when they have no elixir or no counter in hand and go, boom, punish them immediately. So now let's get into this last matchup, guys. Those were his 5 tips. Thanks again to that one guy for sharing those tips. Let's see how he handles this matchup. It's the Goizen matchup. This is an annoying deck to face. It's even more annoying than the last deck. Why is this a more difficult matchup than the previous Golem one? Well, mainly because the Giant only costs 5 elixir, so he can basically always be in cycle when the Xbow is in cycle if the opponent wants him to be. So here you can see we're actually the opponent's gonna poison and log and play the Prince against the Xbow, and he allows us to get a decent amount of damage to that left tower. More than a decent amount of damage, almost half the HP, well, yeah, half the HP off that tower there on the left. So that was a really good early strike there for that one guy. So at this point, all he really has to do, once you get below 1,000 damage, feasibly, especially earlier in the match, you can just play defense, and fireball cycle. So you can see he's already starting to get into that mindset there with the fireball when he has value. Not just going to send in the fireball willy-nilly this early on. So here it comes, Ice Spirit to freeze that Dark Prince and that Giant. Archers placed on the opposite side of the hidden Tesla. Oh, look at that. Right in the nick of time. The Ice Golem was played, protecting those archers. Now, again, we're just going to cycle in the back, make sure we have all our defenses ready to go. We're going to pre-place that Tesla smack dab in the middle of our side of the arena, and look at this. It's just beautiful gameplay here. Defensively, the opponent cannot get anything going. We're gonna go ahead and play an Xbow here on the left, probably not going to get a lockdown, but it's going to be annoying and chip away and bait out a poison. And look at that, a prince from the opponent. So now we have 2 Teslas in the center. We just need to make sure we kind of lure that prince into the center of the arena. And again, we've taken basically no damage here. And guess what, guys? That first Xbow was played as almost a distraction. It got all of the tanks out of the opponent's hand. Now they have to scramble and play a giant that they don't want to play. Cycle to a quick giant. Remember, we have 2 Teslas now, again, still alive on our side of the arena. So this is going to be, he makes it look so easy. And again, we have Xbow ready to go here. The opponent, of course, lower in elixir than we were before that Xbow, so we're going to try to punish them early. And here we go. We're going to freeze everything. We're going to probably get a little, no. Okay, so I was going to make a mistake there. I was going to say, probably going to get a little log value there, but you can see the decision making of that one guy. Just really smart, knowing that he needs more elixir left to defend, and he knows at this point, hey, I can just keep fireball cycling. I have over 2 minutes left. That one guy told me that he's not afraid to go all the way into 1 or 2 minutes left in overtime before he starts getting offensive in some matchups, especially against really good players. It's okay for him to take his time, because he can get that tower down again in one big push. So another fireball here, and you guys can see where this is going. Finally, we're going to use that log. I predicted it, just not that push, this push. And we're going to really take care of this prince here. And again, the left tower did get down to 1507 HP, but that's nothing, guys. All we have to do is cycle to one more fireball, and we have plenty of defensive cards at hand to take care of it. That tower's down. That one guy improves on his streak. When will he end? 38 grand challenges in a row, guys. I hope you enjoyed these tips. Special shout out again to that one guy for providing them. Hope you guys have as much success as he did in GCs. You'll all be maxed in no time. So guys, huge shout out to Brent Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out his information in the description below. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.